Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you. That's Harrison Butker set to get things started. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. First carry now for Jahmyr Gibbs. And a nice run to start out. 6 yards on the first play of the game.
At the 42-yard line. A 7-yard pickup.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Going to get this out to St. Brown. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
A gain of 4 yards. That's good.
Goff gives it to Gibbs. They get this to about midfield. Caden Hicks on the tackle.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 50-yard line.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 5. 120.
Value 3. 2 for 1.
From the gun, it's Goff. He's got Laporta open on the left side. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. He's got his tight end. That's Laporta.
Well, nothing real fancy here, Mike. Not a huge pickup, but anytime on 3rd down, you got to know where the sticks are, who's your most reliable player, and I think everybody in this booth knows exactly what position that is.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now, Goff. Oh, the defender able to get his head around and intercepted. Picked off by Drew Tranquill.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. First carry now for Kenneth Walker. Big gain on the ground here as he takes this up past the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. That's up. It's Kenneth Walker. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
They go play action with Mahomes. He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce. He's going to have a 1st down. He's forced out. Nice pickup of 9.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. Think back to our conversation with his coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Play fake. Now it's Mahomes. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there. And it's going to be third down.
Yellow. I'll go on, 80.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. That is intercepted. Picked off by Terrion Arnold.
Well, we're getting a little test here early, Mike, to see just how easy is this team to rattle. Didn't look like they were able to get through that opening script that they had worked on all week. So I'm going to be curious on this next drive. Do they stick to the plan? Do they pick up where they left off? Or is there a little bit of a reaction, or dare I say panic, to come out and make some adjustments in response to that early interception?
Off to throw on first down. Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end. And he's out of bounds, down inside the 35. It's been a busy first quarter for him so far. His third catch goes for a first down.
A gain of 14. And the Lions first down.
They'll go play action with Goff. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I can guarantee you that interception he threw on the previous drive, that's still in the back of his mind. You got to know when to take a chance, and you got to know when to just throw the ball away and live for the next down.
180, Ric Flair.
On second down, Goff. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Jaden Hicks. And a nice return there. He is taken down up close to the 35-yard line.
And at this point on the sideline, Mike, it just has to feel like deja vu. I mean, really, the last two drives, same story. Continuing to drive, have something brewing, and then you just stall out in the exact same fashion. You can't put the ball in harm's way. You're not going to win a lot of football games if you do.
Open man downfield. It's Rice. 18 yards. What a great way to start the drive. It's a first down.
So every team practices this on both sides of the ball. They call it sudden change. So in this case, the offense takes the field quickly following the defensive takeaway. And now you want to get off to a fast start, generate a quick play, and spark your possession. And it's exactly what they're able to do here, picking up that first down.
Mahomes now to throw on second down. He's going to let this one go for Worthy. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, Chiefs. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year. The extra point by Butker is good. And the Chiefs will take a 7-0 lead.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. He's going to like to bring this one out. Probably a wise decision as this ball comes out to the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You know, Mike, what separates the really elite defensive edge players from everybody else is not only their ability to rush the passer. That's what everybody focuses on. But, man, the defensive ends that are good in the run game, those are the guys that never leave the field.
And he will be out of bounds on what will turn out to be Lions ball to begin the second quarter as they've got it with 1st and 10. Goff. That is going to be caught by the rookie wideout. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. First time they've looked his way tonight. Good time to do it. It's a first down.
Value three. Cut. Nice play. 4 down. Scout. 17. Yes, sir.
Williams in motion. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. He'll let one go down the middle. That is caught. What a throw. Touchdown, Lions. That is 2nd TD catch of the season. And that is touchdown number 1 in the National Football League career of a guy, Greg, taken high in the draft, hoping for moments like that.
When you get drafted in the 1st round, Mike, let alone as a wide receiver, the expectation in the NFL today is that you need to come in and be an immediate impact player. Plays like this continue to build that relationship with the quarterback, and I think this guy's got a real bright future.
Jack Fox, the kickoff for the Lions.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. Nico Remigio to bring it back. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Play action here. Mahomes. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
At the 15-yard line.
Straight ahead, it's Walker. Big hole to the 30. Kenneth Walker. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 85 yards. Touchdown, Kansas City. And Butker on for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Chiefs will move out to a 14-7 lead.
Lions 7. Harrison Butker, the kickoff for Kansas City.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Here comes a return from the 5. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. On 1st and 10, here's Goff. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on fourth down. They'll go for it. Here's Goff. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's going to have a Lions first down. Going to have it by plenty. Huge gainer on fourth down.
First down. A gain of 33 yards on the play. First down, Lions.
Now Goff. And for the third time in this first half, he's been intercepted. And he covers some ground on the return as well. Out of bounds, past the 40-yard line.
Mike, that's a great play for any defensive back, let alone an undrafted rookie. I mean, to think that every single team passed on him in this past year's draft multiple times is pretty hard to believe. And again, this is the growth. This is the development that they saw when he signed there as an undrafted free agent. And he has taken advantage of every opportunity he's been given, and now he's creating turnovers for this unit.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. That's over the middle, and caught by Rice. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Mahomes finding Rice for the Kansas City first down.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10.
Yellow.
Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. On target. Got it to McClure. And he's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Yellow.
Mahomes quickly out to Rice. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7.
Brings up 3rd down.
Third and inches. We'll try and run it with Walker. And he will have a Chiefs first down. Have it by plenty, too. Keeping the drive alive on 3rd and inches.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Patrick to throw. This is intercepted. Picked off by Christian Izien. And the Lions force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 10.
And these are the throws that are really holding the offense back right now, Mike. He just has to make better decisions because you're not going to win many games when you turn the ball over at this rate.
On first down, it's Goff. Moving to his right. Escaping the danger. Throwing and completing. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. A run up the middle, it's Gibbs. Now Detroit's going to use their 2nd timeout. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime.
There's very few defenses in today's NFL, Mike, that you can play the cornerback position and be unwilling to tackle. Those days are kind of over, so give credit to this guy. I mean, he identified run, he understood his leverage and gap fit, and he's able to break.
And this is caught on the sideline. Going to have the first. Down. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe not. They say the feet were out of bounds. Wow. Big, tight call there. For the moment, it'll be fourth down. They will indeed go as they look to throw. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on fourth and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down.
You know, Mike, there's a lot of coaches out there who believe that an aggressive style of offense is your best chance of winning. Now, this takes it a little bit to the extreme, but I think this is something that we're going to continue to see as this game unfolds. You see so many teams wait till third down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on first down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
Now here's a timeout. They're going to take it with 8 seconds remaining until the break. Ball sitting on the 3. It is first down and goal. Mahomes back. That one, take it in. Rashi Rice. Touchdown, KC. Here's Buckner now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Chiefs will take a 21-7 lead. Clock showing 5 seconds remaining in this half as the kick's away. Here we go on the return from the 1.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. We'll go ahead and just cede the touchback here. This ball over the back line. It'll come out to the 35.
Yellow.
On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And he'll get this to about the 36-yard line. Jack Campbell, the former first-round pick. They're going to wrap him up.
Brings up second and 9 at the 36-yard line.
At 37.
On play action, it's Mahomes. McLaurin open on the left side. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
22 yards.
That pass play good for 22. First down, KC.
First down.
Yellow.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Mahomes. Flush to his right. First down throw there is incomplete.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Yellow, yellow.
The run up the middle. It's Walker. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss.
Hey, 43, 43, 15. Attack, attack. 15. Hero, 15.
3rd and long for Mahomes. Now pass deep for McLaurin. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's 4th down.
Well, if you're going to target him in the end zone, you better come correct, man, because this guy, he embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most. And I think he just saved 6 by getting his hands on that one.
That one's on target, and it is good from the other side of midfield. One of the longest field goals in NFL history.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
After the made field goal, Butker back on the field to send this one away. And he will not attempt a return, so this will come out now to the 35-yard line.
First down, 10. At their own 35-yard line.
Now, Goff. Here's a screen set up for Gibbs. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. From the 44-yard line. Here's 2nd and a yard. Out of the shotgun. It's Goff. Working free downfield. It is Williams. And he will go all the way. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Detroit.
That was a big-time answer by this offense, and they really needed it. I mean, this game, it looked like it was starting to get away, didn't it, Mike? I mean, now it's up to their defense. Can they get a stop of their own so they can get their offense back out there, get the ball back, and try to build off this last drive?
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And this one sent all the way over the back line. No thought of putting this in the landing area. So it'll come out per the new rule to the 35-yard line. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
On 2nd down, Mahomes. Right side, catch made by McLaurin. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. Good for a Chiefs first down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Yellow, yellow.
From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
That's
We spent so much time talking about arm strength, and while that certainly has a place in the conversation, look at the touch of this ball, Mike. It's a deep corner route. This ball needs to have the right pace, the right trajectory to not only get it over the second-level defenders, but get that ball down into the hands of his target. He makes it look a lot easier than it actually is.
He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 6.
I don't need to. I don't need to. Attack!
The RPO, this one to McLaurin. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Third and a yard.
Yellow, yellow. I go blue, lady. Hey, Ripless.
To the air once more. It's Mahomes. Along the sideline, a nice catch. Their feet in. It's a short gain, but it'll move the chains. A first down.
That's another.
Certainly not the biggest gain by any means, but he does a really nice job getting past the sticks, keeping his feet in bounds, and ultimately picks up the first down.
Now Walker. Oh, the ball's out. And the defense comes up with a big turnover. Maybe this will turn this game around. And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. So we are through 3. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. Here's 2nd and 6.
Yellow. Arsenal, 80. Attack!
Here's Mahomes. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. And that is going nowhere in a hurry. Finally taken down well behind the line.
Hey, yellow, hey, go. Hey, Sunday. Attack, attack! Hey, 57 color. 15. Attack! Strike!
On 3rd down, Mahomes. He'll let this go towards the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, Kansas City. That's a 2-touchdown game for him. Numbers 7 and 8 for the season. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. This fielded at the 2. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. Up the sideline to the 40. It'll be taken down as he takes it just shy of midfield. How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
First down, and they stick with Gibbs. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down.
Value 3, value 3.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Once again, it's Gibbs. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Now a first and 10 from the 38-yard line.
And the Lions first down. It's a gain of 10. And the Lions first down.
Value 1.
Off the play fake, here's Goff. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he's going to be close to another first down as he's forced out just shy of the marker.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Like 20. Hey, 5. DC. We're good.
On second down, Goff. To the right side, that's St. Brown. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Goff's go-to guy, St. Brown. Amon-Ra gives the Lions a first down.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Laporta in motion. Goff going to throw here on first and 10. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
Brings up second.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
A second down throw for Goff. That one out wide to Gibbs. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
It's a gain of 4. And it's third down.
Hey, let's go. 2 for 1. Super.
From the gun, it's Goff. And that is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
20.
Now or never, they'll throw on fourth down. He pulls it in around the 5. And he will get into the end zone. Amon-Ra, St. Brown. Touchdown, Lions. Here's Bates for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Lions are able to cut the deficit to 10.
31. Lions 21. Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Remigio now on the return.
Nico Remigio on the return. The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's first and 10.
Yellow.
Here's Walker. And he's got it to the 35-yard line. once again, it's Walker. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down.
So these situations, Mike, are always very tricky for a play caller. Of course you want to keep the clock moving. You're just trying to run the game out and maintain this lead, but you also don't want to become overly predictable. So with the defense just selling out to stop the run, I think they have to mix in a few high completion percentage passes to just at least keep them off balance.
They'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's third down. He'll be taken down well short of the first down. Gain of about 4. And it brings up fourth down.
A 4-yard gain. It's fourth down.
Hey, 43. 50, yellow, 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 yellow. Hey, 15, 15, 15.
Here's Mahomes. That is caught. He gets the hook up with Price. It's a pickup of 12 as they wind up converting on fourth down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all that. But it's also timing. The timing of the rep. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
Second and 7.
Yellow, yellow. 43. Go, Lou.
Here we go. One final play. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete. And that will do it. This one comes to an end. So this one in the win column for the Chiefs. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Chiefs victorious, as we say, so long from Arrowhead.